At the foothills of the Rockies, there is a team which combines experience and strength with talent in its purest form. It's a group collectively inspired by team achievement. They are united in pursuit of one common goal. They are the Colorado Avalanche, and tonight they look to take one final step, the one which will link them together in hockey history forever. This is the Miami Arena, and yes, indeed, it is rocking here tonight. Their fans have not given up. They have been chanting Panthers, Panthers, but it's the Colorado Avalanche who have the 3-0 lead and a chance to skate the cup tonight. And in Denver, a live shot. This is the McNichols Arena. They'll have over 16,000 on hand tonight. No charge. Just show up and maybe celebrate a Stanley Cup championship in Denver. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome. Delighted to have you with us here in Miami tonight for Game 4. The man's name is Gay Stewart. He lives in Canada, 72 years old. He is one of only 6 living members of the only team that has ever come from 3 games down in a final to win the Stanley Cup. If the Panthers want a little umph, he watched the game the other night and said, I think they've got a chance to win. They look a lot like we did. Well, you got to have some believers. Bill Clement, they've got at least one believer, but oh, what a mountain the Panthers have to climb.
For anybody to believe that the Panthers can win, they have to start generating some offense, Gary. That has been their big problem. Believe it or not, the Panthers have scored only 4 goals in this series. They have scored no goals in the second period and none in the third period. The problem is this, and their coach admits this, there is no exploitable weakness on the Avalanche team. What that means is that all of the X's and O's go out the window, and you have to rely on your star players to get it done. Regular season, Mellanby was number 1, Niedermayer was number 2. They are 5th and 7th in scoring on the Panthers team right now. They have to hope they can get it done. Al Morganti learned today that Scott Mellanby has a damaged left hand. He's got to gut it out one more time. They got to get offense from those two.
Well, in the playoffs, we have mentioned so many times, netminders make such a difference. Patrick Roy's having a great series. For John Van Beesbroek, it has been a very tough final series.
Gary, but nothing has changed, really. We said this before the Pittsburgh series. We said it before the Philadelphia series. John Van Beesbroek has to be the first star of just about every game. He also has to be the MVP of the series. Yes, he has struggled, but one thing has to happen tonight. John Van Beesbroek, being the one superstar this team has to lead them. He has to show them early that he is not going to pack it in, not going to give in to this thing, and really going to get the job done. Hopefully, everybody else will follow.
Our own goaltender, Darren Pang, watched him come off the ice the other night. It was not the face of a loser, Darren.
Gary, I loved what I saw with John Van Beesbroek. You know, he was humiliated and embarrassed by being pulled in a Stanley Cup final game, but boy, did he bounce back strong. Played a solid hockey game, but after the hockey game, he wasn't happy with what happened. He was sour about it. He wasn't hanging his head. He wasn't quitting. He wasn't moping. John Van Beesbroek was there for him in that game, and he's showing the gritty kind of determination that's necessary. For the Colorado Avalanche, Patrick Roy gave the Florida Panthers an opportunity to win that hockey game. But you know what, fellas? He shut the door. He got his composure back and shut it down, and the Florida Panthers will need every bit of error from Patrick Roy on this one.
I wonder if Darren's just going to stand behind them and walk out and play a little net there tonight. The question that has come up here in this series, Colorado, why so strong? Florida, able to beat teams seemingly having run out of gas.
Well, the one thing that Florida has run into is a team that's got incredible quickness. We've already talked about Avalanche having no exploitable weakness, but Doug McLean said they're exceptionally quick, and that is something Florida hasn't faced. Not only are they quick, they use it to jump into the shooting holes, and when they get to the shooting holes, they let it rip. When they can't get the shot away in the shooting hole, sometimes they go wide, and Joe Sakic has the most explosive speed on this Avalanche team. So Joe Sakic leads the way. Guys like Scott Young, Claude Lemieux, Adam Deadmarsh, Mike Keane, they step into the shooting hole with their quickness. Zing, it's gone. Florida has not seen that. They're having trouble coping with it.
Maybe the most underrated part of this Colorado's game has been, Brian Engblom, their defense.
Absolutely, Gary. If there was any question about this team before the playoffs started, it's whether or not they could play defense well enough to win it all. Mark Crawford, their coach, said he started really preaching defense the last 2 months or so of the regular season. And did his players catch on? Absolutely. Their best offensive star, Joe Sakic, says, it's easy. I just come back into my zone a little earlier, stay a little later, and make sure I tie up somebody's stick while they're there. They have really put all the facets together, and they're looking to do it one more time. Gary?
Well, we invite you to settle back and relax. This could be the last game of this National Hockey League season. A chance to skate the cup if the Avalanche win. This is the Conn Smythe Award to the playoff MVP. Patrick Roy's name is on it twice. The man who seems to have the votes this year is Joe Sakic.